Gary, we announced earlier today that Andy Aren has signed a 2-year contract extension with Bristol Rugby. How important is it for the academy structures to work and keep producing Andy Arens?
It's really important for us in order to get there, and keep the connection with the city, with our combination clubs and with the schools. It's absolutely fantastic that Andy signed that 2-year deal. Bearing in mind he came from Hanham High School, I think it was, and played for Keynsham Rugby Club. So Hanham's not known for its rugby. We do get a few players from there. But it's absolutely fantastic for us and for him and for the academy and for the city as a whole. Absolutely superb.
Andy's been with the academy since 2009. Just how much has changed in the structures since then?
Blimey, 2009. I was actually working for the RFU then, with responsibility for the academy structures, particularly the junior academy. So how has it changed? It's changed from a maximum of 20 to 30 players per age group to eight times a year that we saw them, and now we have about 650 kids in our programme. We see them every week over a 20-week period. So that in itself is huge. We don't select at under 13 and 14 like we used to. So it used to be 30 kids at under 13. We now have 250 kids at under 13. So huge changes, partly because the RFU have changed the way that they look at talent development, but also partly because the club being part of Bristol Sport, there's more finances involved, and the club are investing a lot more into our academy structures, which is great for the club, but also great for the city and for our clubs as a whole.
And how important has the increased boundaries been for the development of players in the region?
It's brilliant. It's great. If you think about, we're the smallest academy, still are the smallest academy in the country, but we've doubled in size, which is great. We've picked up kids. It's a real good bed of rugby, Somerset. So you think of clubs like Wiveliscombe and Taunton and Minehead Barbarians, North Petherton, Wellington, Bridgewater, just really good clubs with good solid foundations, good schools as well there. So yeah, we're really, really fortunate. I think the kids down there really bought into what we're trying to do. There's a lot of kids down there with Bristol badges on. One of the most heartening things for me is, we played a game against Rhondda, and 3 of the boys from Wiveliscombe had gone out and bought themselves Bristol shirts, which is superb. That's what we wanted and what we wanted to happen. But they really bought into what we're trying to do, which is great.
And Andy Aren's success story coming all the way through the system, that's a great example for other guys that are involved at the moment. Yeah,
it's superb. You think about it, Hanham High School, it was my first teaching job actually was at Hanham High School, and it wasn't known for its rugby. And the fact that Andy has come through a state school, he's played for a local rugby club at Keynsham, and yet he's come through a system and now signed a 2-year professional contract. That's got to be great. That's got to be inspirational for a lot of our players. You don't have to go to a rugby players' school. You don't have to play for the best clubs. You just have to be determined and just be inspired to play at the top level. So well done to him, I say.
And that homegrown factor, you're a Bristolian, so you know only too well yourself. Just how proud does it make you to see Bristol-born players pull on the blue and white hoops?
Absolutely essential for us. Not just Bristol-born, but our own catchment, or the catchment. I want to see our first lad from Minehead playing for Bristol, and from Taunton and from Wellington, as well as from Thornbury and from Hartcliffe and Horfield. It's really important to us that they get the connection with this. And as a Bristolian, this is a dream job for me. 3 years I've been here. Formerly worked for the RFU, teaching before that. I'm massively proud to be part of it, but those kids putting on those shirts, playing at Ashton Gate, has got to be an absolute dream for them and for us, really. So the more Bristolians we can get into that side, the better, really.